Hello and welcome to the Australian Schools Championship live from St Ignatius College Riverview, and we're bringing these matches to you today live on Rugby.com.au. My name is Patrick Folkes, and I'm joined in commentary by Michael McGripplis, the National Coaching Coordinate Manager for the Australian Rugby Union, and he's also the Australian Barbarians coach. Grippy, absolute pleasure to be here with you once again on this gorgeous winter's day here in Sydney, and we've got some very important games coming up here today throughout the championship to decide who will be the finalists heading into the final day on Saturday. Let's look at the teams for this first clash today, though, and first up, let's have a look at Victoria. And just coming up on your screens now, you can see we have Oliver Barden, Chris Mongua, T. Kwan Liga, Jack Ogashaganasi, Emmanuel Malakio, Tolai Junior Velayo, Kenneth Leota, Isaac Edu Kalia, Augustinio Leilota at scrum half, Angus Edwards at fly half, Sam Tuabia, he's in on the wing, Paul Fayogalia in the centres alongside Lea Tuigalia, and Halioti Fonua Jr., and he's from Victoria University Secondary College, and Navara Halasia Lukatuia, and he rounds out the Victorian first 15 from Combined States, which will just pop up on your screen as we speak. And we have Douglas Hicks, Ben Joseph, Brady Dawson, Harrison Cannon from Nudgee College in Brisbane, Bruce Tavaga, Joel Ellis, Harry Turner from Epping Boys High School, Willie Manu is the number 9, Cooper Chambers is fly half, Isaac Crone from Brisbane State High School, Sterling Doyle from Drummullen College, Jack Walsh from St Augustine's College, Ben Duckworth, Chris Baker, and Michael Pavlakis from Knox Grammar School. And Grippy, two very impressive sides there. We saw what both sides can do when they've got ball in hand already throughout this championship. Who are you liking here today, though?
Well, look, I think Combined States pretty much a good little package for a team thrown together from players that weren't really looked at for their major states. Interesting fact, though, both coaches, Justin Carroll for the Victorian team is an ARU Level 4 coach. David Idstein for Combined States head coach is part of our current performance coach program. So these kids are getting quality coaching there, Patrick, at these championships.
Absolutely, and such an important part, although not the essential part of the Australian rugby pathway, but definitely a big factor, the schools. And great to see so many kids from so many different schools from around the country represented. It's obviously a pleasure to have them here. Got a couple of games coming up, obviously, today after this, and Grippy, you and I will be calling some of that action for you. Now, just a bit of a breeze starting to pick up here, as you can notice on our commentary position. It's starting to wobble a little bit here, Grippy, but all part of the fun of calling from a very beautiful part of Sydney, as we see Combined States walking onto their field now. And the recovery factor, as you mentioned, Grippy, will be a challenge. Obviously, this is a tournament where we are asking a lot of their players in terms of recovery, very much like a sevens tournament, this part of the championship, because they have to play back-to-back days. And we're just getting a close-up there of the lads as they walk up, and they're looking pretty impressive, the Combined States, very focused as they make their way onto the field.
Well, funny that, Pat. Yesterday I thought I spotted Andy Friend in the crowd having a look at some of this talent. Some of these players will progress into the 15s pathway, but I am sure Andy's trying to look at a few of those to bring into our sevens program in youth programs into the near future.
Yeah, Andy Friend developing a bit of a reputation, dare I say, of really taking young men and turning them into quality football players. You've just seen what he's done with the Australian Sevens over the last year. The average age of the team, I think, is around 21, 22 after a bit of a rebuilding phase after Rio. So, good to see the Australian Sevens head coach making himself known and having a look at some of the talent coming through the pathway. As we're just having a look now as Victoria also making their way onto the field of play. And you can really see some big lads in the Victoria team. Kenneth Leota from, where is Kenneth from? Young Kenneth is from Carrum Downs Secondary College. He's a big lad as well, and certainly one to watch today.
We've got these referees having a look around. Oh, there he goes, referee Brody Ingram blowing the whistle to get the players onto the field.
Assistant referee John McCarthy just on the sideline there. Refereed quite well the other day. Good and a good opportunity. You know, I think we say everyone's learning. You and me are certainly learning, Grippy. I like to think. But then again, do we ever stop learning as both sides make their way onto the field for this first clash of the day?
Well, the combined states bringing out the big guns again today. Their guest coach, Jeremy Paul, on the sideline, giving the boys his knowledge from a performance area. So good to see past Wallabies coming down and helping.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jeremy Paul, one of Australia's prolific hookers.
Skipper.
So we're almost ready for kickoff. And we're underway at day 3 of the Australian Schools Championship. And Victoria are going to truck it up early. That was Kenneth Leota after I gave him a big rap, so thank you for following that, as Victoria now look to run it out of their own half and just get a couple extra metres here. Leota, he finds his fly half in Edwards, he finds it out the back. A bit of pressure there being applied by combined states. And a little show and go, and Victoria get a couple extra metres. That was Liga. Got the first penalty of the day.
Scoot back on the
Trying to rake that ball back from the ground, which you can't do.
Yeah, one of the things the referees are focusing on this year are those players that go into a jackal position, not getting their hands on the ground. They've got to support their own body weight, and takes a little bit of pressure off Victoria. They've kicked it into about 2 metres into combined states half for the first line out of this match.
And here we go. It's a very tight gap there, and the ball's just in, and Victoria, mate, they don't get that out to Edwards, who finds his man in the middle of the field and brushes off one and is brought to the ground. Excellent run there. That was Amalian Mako, and Victoria still have the ball. Counter ruck there by combined states. Leota down in back play, just grasping the side of his hip by the looks of things, so we certainly hope he's okay. Ball goes out to the left, and that's a short ball. And they get over the halfway line. Still 0-0 between these two sides. And Victoria with the ball. Edwards throws the cutout, and that's well met in defence, but the offload is good. And knock on there, unfortunately. That was Navari Halasila Lokotui from Hallam Senior College. Fortunately, just under a bit of pressure there from combined states, who rushed up well in defence, I thought, Grippy.
Yeah, the line speed for all the teams this championship so far has been pretty good. The pressure applied there. Maybe the Victorian team has to have a little bit more patience in getting up. They're flattening up their attacking line a little bit too much and overrunning the passes, so they're stopping rather than running onto the ball. So first scrum of the match, let's see the dominance that's applied from both teams here.
And here we go. That's a solid set by both packs, and the ball's out for combined states, and that's an excellent run there. And here's Chambers, and the ball's getting out wide, and that's Doyle. Doyle's made some fantastic metres out the right. Gets it out to his winger. This is Baker. Can he go all the way? He's just caught inside the 22, and he gets the offload. This is fantastic work by combined states. They're going for the try, and he's just tackled himself. Short of the line, but does he get there? That's a try.
Great
First try of the day, and I think that was Harry Turner, Grippy. We'll have a look at the replay.
Yeah, that was Harry Turner. Great little step. Tried to find support, tripped over, but then got back to his feet. Have a look at this. To the winger. Step back inside, little fall, and there he is. Open side flanker, doing what open side flanker should do, covering inside the ball, and then just works hard with people on him, and a nice touchdown there for 5 points.
Yeah, brilliant work there. And what fantastic use of the ball in hand to have a crack so quickly. And they've definitely shown what they can do with the, I guess, the efforts of the combined states to bring that together was fantastic. as we wait for the kick. And that is just going to go through. And that's a fantastic care there by Michael Pavlakis. And so that takes the score to the Combined States 7, Victoria 0. And solid start here by Combined States.
Yeah, Patrick, they worked really hard for that. Really built off a solid scrum, some good back line. So here we go again.
Ball is up in the end. That's gone over the front defence, and that's been taken into contact and well met by Victoria. Combined States with slow ball now. And managed to keep it up through the centres, and that's an excellent run and big powerful run by Kalilia. Ball's good for Combined States with a cutout. Here's some gap for Pavlakis, and he shows and goes and gives the ball. Here we go for Combined States. They've been brought to ground just inside the 22. Outside the 22, I should say. His Combined States look to go wide again, and this Victorian defence tiring already. Under pressure, and that's unfortunately going to be a knock-on. But you could just hear the call from the coach's bench of great footy, and you can't really argue too much with that, Grippy.
Yeah, they're trying to move it from edge to edge. Number 20 there for Combined States. Little Joel Wilson from Waverley College. All he had to do was a quick little pass to get Sterling Doyle outside him from Darren Marlin. Could have been away, but well done, Victoria, for shutting that down. We'll see how the Victorian scrum goes here there, Patrick.
And that's a solid sound, the two packs going at it. Ball's been fed in by Leilota. Oh, and that's an excellent scrum, and demolished there, the Victorians. And Grippy, you got to feel for the Victorians. They've tapped it. He's tapped and gone. He's not away. He thought he could get away with it. But he's been brought to ground. Probably should have held on to that ball. But Combined States hold on to it now. And that's Chambers. They got a full-on penalty.
10 metres.
Yeah, so that penalty for...
Time back on now. So they're going to go for the kick, for the corner by the looks of it. Crone kicks. He's done an excellent job there. Not a big side, the Combined State side, but not afraid to have a crack, which I'm enjoying already, Grippy. We're coming for the line out. It's going to be thrown in by Ben Joseph. Oh. The ball may have been spoiled, so that's be a good save by Victoria, and they're going to try and kick it out now. Is that a door? Grippy, talk me through that. Talk me through it.
Okay, ball passed back in, maybe at the feet of the number 10, who unfortunately knocked on. So the knock-on took place. He would have grounded it prior to Combined States falling on it, but Combined States, excellent launch position now. 5 metres out and about 8 metres in from touch. Let's see what their backs can do after they pack this scrum.
We're just going to have a little restart. And it's such a beautiful day here in Sydney. If you're tuning in on Rugby.com.au, welcome. It's Combined States 7, Victoria 0. We're just about to come up to 8 minutes gone in this first match of the day.
Bind. Set.
And yes, that sounds great as we hear the two packs go in. Now for that scrum. And the ball, they go on the short side. This could be an opportunity here for Combined States. They hold the ball in hand. They're flirting with that far touchline, and they've gone over.
Maybe not the position to go on 89. Maybe a little bit wider out would have given them a little bit more room to execute that.
Well, Grippy, you know all about coaching kids who are coming together, or coaching players coming together from different footy backgrounds and different rugby playing styles, being the Australian Barbarians coach as you are. And the Combined States seem to be doing it quite well at the moment as the ball just goes over the top and Victoria will just get it out of trouble. I think he's grounded that ball. That's what it looked like from here. So
Yeah, unfortunately, a loose ball pressed down, pressure applied, and another scrum. Let's see whether they go to their backs this time. I have a habit of calling the wrong thing. Yesterday afternoon when I was commentating with Adam Fryer.
Well, that's just standard, I guess, for you, Griffey. As Isaac Crone stands there ready to receive the ball. He's hungry. And he's called for it, he's got it, and he's gone out into his centres, and they're going around the back. This is better from combined states. That was Baker, and Baker for the try! Charlie Baker scored combined states' second points. And a fantastic effort. We'll have a look at this replay, Grippy, but some excellent hands there by combined states as we look off the back of the scrum. Ball's good for Chambers and just perfectly finds his man, and then round the back it goes. Baker gets the one-on-one, beats his man, and easy as you like, he dots it down. How good?
Yeah, left the defender in two minds. Wasn't going to go short to that inside runner, but they played out the back combined states. Left the defender a little bit flat-footed, and a easy run in for Charlie Baker there.
So Pavlakis, the fullback for combined states, will look to convert this opportunity and make it a 14-0 game. As we come in on it now, and beautiful shots here provided by our crew. And they've gone, and that's gone over. Almost black dotted it. So Pavlakis gets the extras. And that's 14 points to nil, and Victoria once again looking in a bit of trouble here, Grippy.
Yeah, not done for enthusiasm though, but a little bit of luck against them.
Haven't had too much of the ball yet, Victoria. Would love to see them with an opportunity with the ball in hand. They just need to make the most of some territory. As Chambers gets the ball out. Combined states, and that's a big don't argue. He gets out of one and eventually brought to ground by Fail Gali from Victoria. Combined states go out the back, looking to give it to Baker, and why not? He's been good, Pavlakis, and here goes Baker on that far side. He's got so much wheels, puts a fend on one. Brought to ground though, gets his team about 30 metres. Chambers finds his fly half and Crone. And that's a better effort. Chambers out in the middle of the field. That was Joseph running at fly half at the big hooker. And ball security. Oh, that was a big clean out on that far side. Here goes combined states, and they find in the middle of the field Walsh, and here goes another opportunity. Here's Turner going all the way. Can he get his second of the day? Eventually brought to ground. Ball still good for combined states. They just need to create that space. Victoria defending with their lives at the moment. Oh, and we've got a penalty. Not rolling away. Combined states opting for the scrum by the looks of things, Grippy, and that's really making a statement.
Yeah, definitely there, Pat. Their scrum has been solid and available to let them have a great launch play with their backs. Their backs are playing some really good footy there, Pat. That last play to get them down here, a nice bounce one to the edge, back to the middle and bouncing back. They're starting to move the Victorians around the park and get a very disjointed defensive line against them, which they're exploiting. Let's see how they go here.
So scrum opportunity. And I wonder if they'll take the short side again like they did last time. And they do. He's going for the corner. Does he get there? Oh, into touch. Bundled into touch was Cooper Chambers from Trinity College. I believe that would be Trinity College Summerhill in Sydney. Let's have a look at this as he... Yep, so we'll come down for the scrum. And what do I miss there, Grippy? Why is it combined schools feed? I thought it was a line out. Ball fed by Chambers. Go to the right. Here goes Crone. Crone gives it to his man, and here we go. There could be another opportunity, and that's Doyle. Sterling Doyle has scored for Combined States. And this is a 3-try game for this side. The Redback leftovers of the Australian Schools Championship, and if you get that reference, well played. I'm just having a look at the replay. Go to the right, and you look at that excellent line. Running fantastic holes there, this side, and Sterling Doyle just found the gap there.
Yeah, that was a nice little line from the blindside winger, the number 11. Using an option play there with their inside centre running back at the 5'8". And the ball just going behind him to the winger. Open slather, and here we go with the goal kick. And high, long, and straight between the posts.
Yep, that's his third conversion for the day. So that's 21-0 Combined States over Victoria. Pavlakis, just 3 conversions to his name. Doing very well, the young man. So Victoria need to get hold of the ball. Angus Edwards kicking that high and long in Combined States. Wrestled to the ground there. It was Harrison Cannon. And again, another infringement at the breakdown. They're really penalising themselves out of the game.
Yeah, very lazy there. It's kind of like the Victorians aren't awake at the moment, and they're just allowing the Combined States planes to dictate play. So a good kick and a line out now for Combined States, 5 metres into Victorian territory, Pat.
Got a substitution coming on, and this is number 17 for Combined States, and this is Amosi Takiri from Marist College, Ashgrove. And just an early substitution, obviously. 21-0 lead. They've advanced really well and thinking about some later games. And that was Douglas Hicks who's come off. Oh, and another one. Well, that is time off here as the referee looks to have a chat to the captain.
That's repeated infringements this talk is probably about. Pat, every time they're getting in there, the Victorians getting a little bit lazy.
Have that chat.
So offside behaviour is becoming an annoyance for referee
Brody
Ingram. Thank you, Grippy. I know you love your referees, Grippy.
Yes, had a lot to do with the referee development part. But Brody Ingram, good little referee from the ACT. And Victoria grabbed that line out.
Here we go, Victoria on the attack. And now can we see what they can do? They're well within their red zone, but haven't had much of the ball. We opt to kick in this wind, which is swirling, and near taken there by Doyle. He's done well. Oh, and that's well counter-rucked by Victoria. Play on, says the referee. And finally, a bit of possession.
Yeah, great work there from Tuolangi.
Victoria still holding on to the ball. And this is better by our Southern State friends. Ball is good, but putting Edwards under a bit of pressure. But that's a great ball. An excellent run by Oliver Barton. He's done very well. Got his side a few extra metres. Got out of one tackle. Victoria in the middle of the field in a big don't argue and an offload. And it's been spilled. And counter opportunities now on for Chambers, who kicks over the top. Victoria have to scramble back. And they throw the ball on that far side. And here we go. A bit of speed by this young man. He's certainly got some footwork. Lea Latuya. Ball's up the back, and Edwards throws the cutout, and we'll count that as a pass. Didn't go exactly to plan, but Victoria going to be held up in a maul here unless they're careful. But they've done well there, the Victorian forwards rushing in. Oh, no, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, well, they were doing really well then. I don't know whether that cut-up pass was on there, Patrick. All they had to do was go through the hands, some quick catch and pass. They may have been able to outflank the combined states players. But at least they're showing some intent now that they got a little bit of ball in hand.
So 21-0 combined states leading Victoria at the
12 and 19,
Rugby.com.au. Oh, well, not at the Rugby.com.au Championship, but the Australian Schools Championship, brought to you on Rugby.com.au.
Yes, Pat, and if there anybody wants to hear our Twitter feed, it's AUSXV.
That's
So
the
hashtag.
That's the hashtag.
You've got to have the hashtag up there.
Yep.
Time on.
Well, we're on all social media, aren't we, Pat?
I know you are, Griffy.
Catch! Bind!
Combined states. Cooper Chambers
Set!
going to feed this ball in. He's done well. Right, Scrum's just standing up a little bit. A bit lazy there by combined states forwards, but the ball's still good. Not his best pass to Crone, but he manages to catch it. And here goes the combined states backs Pavlakis with another run, and this is a great run on that far right-hand side. The ball's been spilled, and he's gone in the outstretched hands of the Victorian covering defence. They're going to try and run it out of their 22. It's a disappointment there for Pavlakis, who has been strong this game, and Edwards kicks over the top. And that's an excellent touch finder under pressure. And his side is just, unfortunately for Angus Edwards of St Kevin's College down in Melbourne, his forwards have just been constantly turned around, and he hasn't had a lot of opportunity for good, clean ball.
Yeah, that's right, Patrick. They're doing it tough, the Victorians, but at least they're starting to show a little bit of intent with the ball in hand. They're starting to aim up a little bit with their defensive line. So taking another line out off combined states, and here goes Victoria.
Here comes Victoria. Edwards with a good pass there, and he's dived over to secure the ball, and they've got a 2-on-1 here, but it's been closed off by the combined states covering defence, and they've done very well. An opportunity for a counter-ruck, but it's good there for Kalia. And Edwards finds his man. That was Shaganesi from Marcelin College. Alatoa wrestled to the ground. Edwards goes in the scrum half, and there goes Barden. And he's a big fella, Barden. And a full-arm penalty. Well, penalty.
Yeah.
Say. Two combined states. And we've got a Victorian player just receiving some treatment down in back play, but he's good to go. Just get a bit of some of the magic water.
Skipper, what are we doing?
So combined states
Scrum.
looking the goods at the moment. They opt for the scrum.
Well, their line-out hasn't been working.
Is he already off?
We have a look at what's been going on. Victoria's
25, yeah.
taken their last three, so they're going to their solid platform of a scrum. Maybe that has something to do with Jeremy Paul being down there helping them out at scrum time.
Alex Saagaga from Melbourne Grammar School enters his way into the field of play.
Set!
So scrum replacement there.
Wait, 9, wait. Good.
Here goes combined states, and that's Cronin. Oh, and a huge hit! That was fantastic defence. I think that was to a beer who put the hit on. So combined states with slow ball. As
Oh, sloppy pass there, but picked up there by number 5, Bristol Viga.
here we go. And there's a couple of space here if they can make it, and they've done very well combined states if they keep the ball in play, but Victoria scramble and they get there. That was Tuabia from Point Cook Senior College. Here goes Barden. He's so big, Barden. Gets out of 1, smashes his way out of 2. The big Victorian. He gets out of 3. It takes 4 to bring him down. Excellent run there by the big Victorian. And here we go, an opportunity for Victoria if they can move the ball. Just wrestled to the ground. They're looking at promising now just before halftime. And here goes Fonuea Jr. And Victoria still going. Combined states defence just scrambling. That ball, is it backwards, sir? Yes, it is. Still good for Victoria. Shaganesi, the big lanky forward, but Penalty, a desperate penalty
Yeah,
at
it needs
defence
to
to
be better.
Combined States. But
little-
Victoria looked good there.
Yeah, they did. A little bit unlucky for them there. I thought the Combined States tackler didn't roll out of the way, which allowed his player to get into that jackal position. But referee's the sole adjudicator of law on the field, so away we go. Penalty to Combined States. They probably won't want a line out, but let's see how they go.
Yeah.
A good clearing kick there
Time off.
by Isaac Crone from Brisbane State High School. And we've got a couple of changes coming on for Combined States. That was Will McCormack coming on, and number 16, Jack Winchester from Bishop Druitt College. Now, I'm not sure where that is.
Bishop Druitt is up in Coffs Harbour on the
is it?
sunny mid-north coast of New South Wales. Plays in Coffs Harbour, the mighty Dolphins up there, the rugby club. Anybody listening? Play
That's
in the mid-north
almost your
coast.
neck of the woods.
It used to
Grippy.
be my neck of the woods once upon a time.
Victoria jumping a bit early there. Combined States with the ball. And this is Crone, and this is a lovely little inside pass. And the forwards dive in and do the work. Quick ball by Chambers. He did well there. Cut out pass. Here goes Baker. And that's a good run there. Duckworth. And that's Chambers. Ball still there for Combined States. Chambers again, and this is better from Combined States. They look to move the ball out again. Kempston. And this is excellent stuff from the Combined States side. Looked like a Victorian may have just copped a knock in back play. And this is Pavlakis, and he gets the offload to Turner. Turner looks for his man, and he's finding Sterling Doyle out on the left-hand side. He's just wrestled to the ground. May have been a high shot, but touchy. Our assistant referee McCarthy has picked it up. We'll have a listen to the referees.
I've seen a tackle happen. I haven't seen the landing point.
Yeah.
I say shoulder. Do you have anything different?
He's landed on his shoulder. I did not get a number either. So,
Rubes, do you have a number? Okay. So we'll just go penalty here. Just wait.
So
Very lucky you didn't get a number there.
just looking at
I think still applies on the 22. The
what's
card
going
effect.
on down there with the referee, but it looks like no card.
5.
And just a
No,
warning.
Sorry, it's 5 minutes. How long left?
It was around the neck, but the player was
What
I
are we
guess,
going?
going down, so it was close to the
Scrum.
ground. But my eyes frequently deceive me. So, you know. So 21-0, Combined States leading Victoria. And thank you for joining us wherever you are, live on Rugby.com.au. I'm Patrick Folkes. I'm joined by Michael McGripplis as the wind starts to pick up. As I got here this morning, Grippy, there wasn't a breath of wind, and then as soon as we sit down with papers everywhere, the wind blows up to some form of gust. And here we go from Combined States, and that's a very quick penalty. And I think someone will have to go here, unfortunately.
Next one on the scrum is going to go to the bin as well.
So
No card.
another admonishment from referee
He's
Ingram.
minded short and down.
So he's starting to lose a little bit of patience. Another indiscretion might find Victoria a man down. So we go to this launch pad of Combined States. Their scrum been rock solid all day. Let's see what they can do with this one.
I'm sure his father, Russ Ingram, from the Brumbies, will be watching, no doubt. One of the great contributors to the Australian rugby pathway. And he's one of the
Bring him up here.
high-performance coaches providing talent across our fair eastern states.
That's right, Pat. He's the ACT under-20s coach, and I do hear that they have some interesting conversations over the dinner table, coach versus referee. So the Ingram household would be very excitable, I am sure to say.
So the ball fed in by Chambers. Here goes Crone. Crone with the cutout. The ball's been spilled, but that's going to be a double knock on.
First knock on.
Enterprising play, and really, correct me if I'm wrong, Grippy, but great work here by Combined States. Not paying off there, but it has paid off this morning with the ball at the line, not deep. They're playing that ball really flat, which is creating headaches for the Victorian defence.
Yeah, it's harder to perform the skill when you're closer to a defensive line, but in retrospect, very hard to defend if it's done accurately. I think they went a little bit wide there. They could have narrowed themselves up a little bit. That's where they've got their dividends. But Victoria having a scrum now. We'll see how they go. Yeah, a little bit of a movement there, remembering the scrum needs to go straight. In under 19 law, if we go through the 45, it's a reset.
And the Victorian bench, as we're just seeing on our screens there, obviously they'll be keen to make an impact. Some of those players in the second half as they attempt to wrestle something out of this game. 21-0, the pressure will be on as we come to 3 minutes left in the first half. Edwards with the kick. Good effort by the young man. Is he going to find touch? No, it's not. Doyle to Pavlakis with the step. And he's eventually wrestled to the ground. There he is. He places that ball. And this is excellent work here by Combined States. Short ball. That's Duckworth. Oh, stolen by Victoria. Edwards throws it out, and here's a chance. Rush up to fence, but Doyle just got up too quickly, and the Victorians were able to get around him. That was Jonathan Lightfoot, and I tell you what, he is light-footed because he's quick.
Good to see the Victorians with some ball in hand. They've been starved of it today. Let's see what they can do.
Barden. What can't this kid do? Edwards throws over the top, very flat, didn't quite hit his man. Has created the 2-on-1, and here goes Victoria. And that's a great run. Eventually wrestled to the ground, Sam Tulby after his kick. Referee McCarthy just having his eyes on that. Oh, playing the ball on the ground.
Off your feet, you're out of the game.
Yeah, he got a little bit isolated there, Pat. We had one clean out, pretty accurate, but no one behind him, and the person on the ground not allowed to have a second go at placing it back. Tried to give his players a little bit of time to get that ball.
Excellent work there in the lead-up by Sam Tuibua from Point Cook Senior Secondary School, and great to see so many Victorian schools obviously represented here today. St Kevin's College, I have been there once. And I know how much they love their rugby. Just need a few less Aussie rules players playing down there as the ball goes over the top. Here comes Chambers. He finds his man Crone. And a short flat ball, and that's an excellent run by Combined States. That's a fantastic ball. Number 13, Tristan Riley. And
there it is, Harry Turner again in support.
yes,
A little bit of a forward throw, and that is half-time, Pat.
all she wrote, and what a fantastic effort by Combined States in this first half of the match. And we'll go have a look at the match highlights of the 3 tries. Let's have a look at them now as we just see some of the stats from the first half on your screens there. And 21 points to 0. It was certainly an excellent effort from Combined States, and they shot out of the blocks very early, and they continued their momentum. So we'll have a look at these highlights. They pop up very shortly. And here we are, and there's the first effort by Combined States in the opening minutes of the game, and that was a fantastic effort from Charlie Baker. That brilliant run, just setting up Turner, who had an awesome run at the line, just ran out of troops, tackles himself, gets up and has the strength to go over again. So an early start, and that gave a 7-0 lead. Backing that up with the second try, I think it was Baker himself that managed to get this one. Again, Combined States with solid ball security and a good cut-out pass, just finding the space, giving it out on that left-hand side. And as you can see, Grippy, it was just patience there by Combined States.
Good work at the tackle contest too. They're getting quick ball, and when you get quick ball, you can do a lot of things with it and put a lot of pressure on attack. That little spill by Sam Tuabau unfortunately gave Combined States a very handy attacking scrum.
And that was where we sat when we went to that far right-hand side, and this was excellent work here. The ball at the line, managing to create that space, and Charlie Baker with the speed, just burning the Victorian defence to put forward what was a comprehensive effort by this Combined State side. And it was a later attempt just into the the shadows of St. Ignace College Riverview, and it was a tough one to score in the corner, but a penalty there ensured that Combined States got another opportunity.
Yeah, and on this one we can see a nice little overs line from the number 11 for Combined States, and straight through the hole and in, and not much work, but Sterling Doyle from Darramarlin College did really well there to just beat that Victorian defender.
We're just seeing one of the Victorian cracks, and Barton, who's been very strong for the Victorian side, just wrestled his way out of a few tackles once again. He's done that a few times this morning, and Combined States just showing their wares. And Pavlakis as well. He's 3 from 3 with the boot, the young man from Knox College, and had a few runs with the ball as well. So we're going to have a halftime chat with our journalists Marty Cambridge and Jeremy Paul from the Combined States, and we'll be heading there very shortly. Marty Cambridge loves wearing his Rugby.com.au shirt on this breezy winter day, and we'll be heading down there. But just a comprehensive effort by Combined States. And as you mentioned, Grippy, Jeremy Paul has been with Combined States. Let's go down to Marty Cambridge with Jeremy Paul, former Wallaby, right now.
Here at Review College, here at St. Ignatius, with Jeremy Paul, Wallaby 744 and former John Eales medalist. Jeremy, thanks for joining us here at Rugby.com.au.
Oh, mate, thanks for having me. It's been a fantastic week of rugby. Been incredibly impressed with a lot of players, actually. And no, it's been good. It's been good to get back. We were all kids once, so it was great to get back and help out.
You're doing some coaching here with the Combined States. Tell us a bit about your role here that you've been doing the past few days.
Yeah, the coach Dave asked me, we're doing our level 3 coaching course together, and he asked me to come down and do a session, and I ended up staying for the whole week. So it's been a lot of fun getting back and being able to coach these kids, because see, the thing about these guys is they don't have as many bad habits. They're actually really coachable because they haven't been coached by so many people, and you tell them something and they just stick to it, and their repetition is excellent. And no, I've been look at Australian rugby. We've been copping a lot of late, and but what the talent that I've seen out here today and during this whole week is no, we're in good stead. The game's in good stead.
Like you said, we were all schoolboys once. You yourself played in the Australian schoolboys back at Queensland too, and went on to play over 70 caps for the Wallabies. It is the start of that journey, I suppose, to the gold jersey. No,
it is, yeah. Look, you're showing my age now. 23 years ago, I played for Queensland Schools 2 team. And look, it's, yeah, of course, professionalism has increased the athleticism of players. And look, some of the kids I saw yesterday playing in the games, I mean, their athleticism was incredible. And you know, it's hopefully now that we can spot this talent and we can actually keep them in our game and they don't go off to rival codes. And it's about making sure we can develop these kids.
Well, thanks for joining us, and best of luck with the Combined States for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks for having me. Cheers.
And thanks very much to Marty Cambridge from Rugby.com.au and Jeremy Paul. And great to see a Wallaby of such esteem helping out with the next generation of Australian talent. And certainly something to see. So we've got the second half coming up. Combined Schools leading 21-0. What do Victoria have to do in the second half, Grippy?
Well, they've got the wind behind them now, Patrick, so that might make a little bit of difference. They've got to keep the ball in hand. They haven't had much of it in the first half. So if they can do a contestable kick here or put some pressure on Combined States, might have a game on our hands. So that's what we're hoping for, that they're ready to play some footy again this half.
And there's the kickoff by Victoria, and that's it's been dropped. First error by Combined States, but it's play on, it's gone backwards. Here we go for Combined States. Gonna give the ball on the inside. Could this be a try to Turner in the opening minutes of the second half? He guns it for the line, and he scores. Harry Turner from Epping Boys High School in Sydney's West, and he has blitzed it home to score that one. And what a great start by Combined States, Grippy.
Yeah, well, that was a little bit interesting. That's what happens when you let the ball bounce off a kickoff. Can go anywhere, but again, Harry Turner, great support line. He's always there. Have a look at this. Ball bounces. Where's Harry Turner? He's on the inside. He's just tracking. And there he is. A little bit of work, showing a bit of pace there, Pat. And straight over for his second.
It inspires me that he's got a very similar running style to me, but he's just a lot quicker. So maybe there's still hope for me yet, Grippy. But excellent start by Combined States. So Pavlakis from Knox Grammar. He goes to kick this through the posts. Oh, he's missed it. Didn't expect that one. So that is his first miss of the game. So that's Combined States 26 to Victoria 0. And I'll tell you what, this young man, Harry Turner, with his second try, I think he's playing himself into potential Australian schools position. Grippy?
Well, remember we're picking two teams, the Australian Schools and the Australian School Barbarians. Our baby Barbars.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Grippy. That's a huge hit by Kalalia from Victoria. Oh, and the Combined States. What you can do, I can do better. There's both sides. No love lost between these two teams as they certainly are having a crack. And ball's gone to ground there. Just trying to see who's got it. I think the Combined States still have the ball. Mesh of bodies on that far side of the field from our commentary position. And a good breakthrough here by Combined States. They're going again on that far side, but that ball's been lost. So we'll have a scrum.
That was Sterling Doyle just putting that one down on the far edge. We've got a scrum to Victoria. Hopefully they can scrummage a little bit better than they did in the first half. Combined States were all over them. They just need a solid launch platform here. Hopefully they can string something together, the young Victorian side.
So here we go. We've got that scrum. And Victoria with the ball, and they go out wide, and this is better from the Victorians. He's really gassing it here. The ball's just been kicked through. Is this a try opportunity? And it just goes into the corner.
Yeah, the bounce of the ball there, just a little bit unfortunate for the Victorians. They were getting right on it, but they need a solid contestable line out here. Let's see what Combined States can do.
Set numbers.
So here we go. Ball's out in the back for Victoria, and here's Arnui. He throws the flick pass out. Edwards has to get around, and fold well. Ball goes to the left, and here's Barton. He's just going to have a crack at the line, but he's brought to ground. Takes three of them, though. He drags them in. Arnui's coming on at halftime. Victoria with the attack. And that's number 3, Sagaga, and he's over.
That was a beautiful line from the number 3 for Victoria. He hit that at pace and hard from Melbourne Grammar, Saaga. Young Alex, really good work there. He hit the defence. The defence tried to keep him up, and he had a nice little croc roll. Here it goes. Let's see this replay.
Really liking the work rate of Barton for this Victorian side. He's certainly working hard. And excellent work there by the Victorians to have a crack. Finally get some points in this game.
Maybe that is what's going to zip them into action there, Pat. So Angus Edwards with...
So Haloti, Fonua Jr. And he has slotted that, so that takes the score to 26-7. Combined States leading over Victoria. But maybe we're just seeing Victoria wake up into this game. They've maybe got a little half-time coffee. And still plenty of time left in this game, about 25 minutes. We saw yesterday with the ACT how quickly you can turn a game around on its head. So Combined States. Oh, that's gone over the top, and that's regathered by. Didn't quite get a number.
Yeah, we did say that they needed to get ball in hand. And they haven't got ball in hand. Combined States with it now.
Here we go, and that's Crone. Crone just with a short little ball, and that's Duckworth. Gets out of one, throws the ball, and Combined States just holding on to it at the moment. Number 6, Stowers. He's from Ipswich Grammar School. Oh, that's a big hit from this big man. Takiri, just outside the 22. So they look to potentially, look at how deep their back line is, Grippy. They probably will look to spread this ball soon if Victoria can't pinch it, which they may have done at this breakdown. No. Oh, and might be going to a card here for Shagnesi. Was it Barden? Oh, he's been sent off.
Commentators cursed there, Pat.
Well, that's rough. That is 10 minutes in the bin. Yellow card.
Yellow card.
Young man.
Repeated infringements there, Pat. They've been skirting the laws, the Victorians on defence. Now with a player down. Let's see what Combined States can do from this line out. Very good attacking position.
Victoria looking to run it out.
Hold forwards. Good.
And just going to find touch on that far side.
Yeah, Pat, that's been their Achilles heel today, the Combined States. They haven't showed much vulnerability, but their line out, the Victorian team have probably snaffled 80% of their ball. So we'll see whether they can hold on to it here.
So just going in for this line out in Victoria. And this has come back for Combined States. And here's an opportunity. Duckworth steps off his left and attacks the line. Long place, but that's a strong counter-arc by Victoria. But it's still good there for Drone, who kicks over the top. But that's been touched. The bounce is going to be crucial. And it's been taken there by Victoria, but a slight knock-on. Very slight. But well spotted by referee Ingram. And I know the national referees... Head of Australian referees, Scott Young, has been seen floating around here today.
Yeah. You can have a look at the Combined States boys. They're running on a couple of reserves, and the boys are sitting there fairly keen. Good teamwork there. And time's back on, and we've got another opportunity for a launch play here for Combined States. Their scrum has been powerhouse today, Pat.
Absolutely. And here goes Chambers to Crone, and the black head gig throws the cutout pass, and this is an opportunity. That's Riley. Riley throws the ball. Here's Sterling Doyle. It's just going to be wrestled to the ground. And a slight little knock on there, I think Grippy.
I think what he's the player ran into Brady Ingram. So,
okay.
Unfortunate, a little bit of an obstruction there, but they still get the ball back and they get another scrum. Combined States. We'll see what they do here. They're flattening out a little bit too quickly, I believe, and some of those line balls are pretty close there, Pat.
Crouch.
So 26 points to 7. This is Combined States taking on Victoria. The Combined States, a mesh of talent from, as it sounds, the Combined States. And here comes Crone. Crone with the short ball to Duckworth, who's chopped down in the tackle well. Chambers finds Crone again with the cutout to Riley. Riley looks to go one way, goes back inside on the other. Gets inside, puts the palm on. He might go all the way. He's just brought down to the ground by the covering Victorian defence, and they go quickly. Chambers looking for it, wants it for his backs, and he finds, oh, not his best pass. It's gone in behind. Pressure will be on here to Turner, who flicks the ball out wide, and this will be a try to Doyle, who runs around the defence. Is going to dot it down just near the post. So another try there by the Combined States backs, and Doyle gets his second grippy.
Yes, Pat, that's unfortunately the way the ball bounces. That wasn't a good pass from the halfback, as we'll see here on the replay. But good work by the man outside just to shoot this across. And who was it who threw that pass, Pat? It was Harry Turner. That number 7 is everywhere today, and he's setting up another try.
Just looking at Duckworth from Combined States, who's just limped off the field a bit gingerly. Looks like he's may have copped a little knock. But making a few jokes as he sit down on the bench if anyone's watching. No, that's and this is Isaac Crone from Brisbane State High School. For the kick, his first kick of the day for points. And he's got it. So the radar's working for Crone. So that's 33 points to 7. Combined States leading Victoria in this first match of day 3 of the Australian Schools Championship. Next up, we have WA taking on the ACT. And he's had a look, and he's put that one down. That's Jeremy Kempston from Ipswich Grammar School. I think it may have been his first involvement.
It may have been, but it hasn't been often that the Victorians have been in the Combined States half. They've got a scrum, which has been a little bit flimsy this morning. Hopefully they can lock this out and get some ball and launch something at the Combined States try line, Pat.
And that moves the score along 33-7 in favour of Combined States after about 8-9 minutes of the second.
So Victoria with the feed. This is Benjamin Arnu from Hallam Senior College. And that's a good scrum. The ball's there for Edwards, who's done well. He finds ball at the back, and great rush up defence by Combined States. I'm so impressed with this side today, and that's well counter-rucked. They've done well, and they've stolen it. Tristan Riley from Joey's in Sydney, St Joseph's, Hunters Hill. The ball's out wide there. Here we go, Combined States. They moved that really well. Here's Doyle with the kick over the top, and it just is going to land inside the field of play and put a lot of pressure on Victoria, on Fonuata Jr. He's been good today. You can see Oliver Barden in front of us getting ready to re-enter the field. Victoria still down to 14 men, remember. And a penalty coming Victoria's way.
It's good there, let off the hook there, an offside penalty against Combined States. They'll take their time now, Victoria, while they've got this man in the bin still. But their line-out has been one of the rocks of their game today. Let's see whether they can get something going here, Pat.
So here we go. Victoria with the throw. Just outside their 22. 33 points to 7. What can Victoria do here? Shiganasi takes it off the top. That was Benjamin Arnu. Finds Edwards a little flick pass inside. Been very impressed with this young fly half from Victoria. And again, just rush up defence, killing the Victorians there. Needed probably another forward hit up just to drag in a few more players. Benjamin Arnu searches for the ball. Combined States players lying all over it, and the referee
That's 4 penalties.
Couldn't roll away.
Play the ball quicker next time. Not into him. Not into him.
There's no one on the line, but they tap quickly. That was the call from the sideline, and they go in short, and that was a strong run there by Kenneth Leota. We haven't seen too much of him today, the big young lad. Victoria, wrestle to the ground. Ball, oh, that potentially coming from the side, but referee's happy with that, said the ball was out. Anu places it back. Fonoana Jr. goes in the scrum half, and he finds Edwards. Edwards offloads the ball, combined states. Slow ball for Victoria, they need quicker ball. Anu. And a kick over the top by Fonoana Jr. And that's taken by Doyle. Slight little bump in the air, but no intent there, so play on. Both players going for the ball, and here comes the combined state side, and a big having a look at the line and wants to have a run himself. That was number 19, and that was Harrison Cannon, and he cannoned at the line, dare I say it. Here we go, an opportunity here for a bit of space. Victoria throw the ball on the inside. Good movement there. And here's a bit of space for combined states. That's Baker. And another offload. Douglas Hicks looks at the line. He's going himself and is just brought down 5 metres short. Ball's loose though. It's been knocked on in contact. Great run there by Baker once again.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. Great intent from combined states. Hicks moving forward, and that's what we like to see. Big props running and being direct rather than running across field. But good scrambling defence from Victoria there to affect the turnover. And I shouldn't say turnover, it was more of an error. And they've got a scrum about 7 metres from their line, almost directly in front of the sticks. So I'm sure combined states will be putting some pressure on this scrum. Let's see what they can do. They have not let the Victorian team into this match. No rhythm, unfortunately, for the little Victorians. But they have got a large blindside if they get quick ball here to operate in. Pat?
So, Victoria with the ball. And this is better from the Victorians. That's Fonoana Jr. Gets the offload, and he's still in support, but the ball's still good for combined states. Great recovery, and if they can move the ball, it's not... Oh, that was a huge hit by Victorian number 17, Emmanuel Malakio from Hallam Senior College. Combined State still with the ball. Coming back for a penalty.
Yeah, I know.
So, combined states looking to kick for the corner. Jeremy Kempston. And he makes amends for his knock-on earlier in the game with a fantastic kick that's going to put a lot of pressure on the Victorian line-out, Grippy.
Yeah, that's right, Pat. Hasn't been operating too well, combined states line out, but if they can get it right here, they're in a beautiful attacking position.
And over the top, and it's good there for combined states, but Turner, he's hammered in the tackle. Here we go. Crone, show and go. Attacks the line. And Victoria may have counter-rucked this. They may have got it, and they have. So here comes Barden, who's re-entered the field of play after 10 minutes in the sin bin. Anu. And Edwards kicks over the top, and he's found touch, and that's an excellent touch finder. Really well done by Angus Edwards. He's got that just shy of the halfway line.
Yeah, excellent exit play there from Victoria. And still inside their half, but we'll see whether they can put a little bit more pressure on the combined states line out here.
Excellent line out. It's been fought in the air. Victoria just come away with it. Anu. Cut out pass, attempted intercept, but it's gone in the way of Victoria.
Forward, come for the knock-on.
And a double knock-on.
White subs.
We're going to have some subs, and next up, Grippy, a big game with WA and the ACT. The ACT need to need to win and win well to ensure that they're in the big dance tomorrow in the final in terms of the way the pools work with the bonus point system.
Yeah, a lot of people would have thought, oh, ACT are just here to make up the numbers.
Not me.
This team has been together for a fair while. They've been all the way through junior state championships, one of the standouts as they progress through the age group. So they will be red hot in that next game.
And they looked like a team that had played together a lot as Victoria. Have a good scrum. Anu goes to the short side. Here comes Victoria. He's just backing himself, the winger. That's number 11, Harry Kaliomaoa. And the ball's still good for Victoria. Anu goes in to secure. He's the scrum half, so manages to get it. Oh, a penalty given to Combined States.
Yeah, once again, Pat, the ball carrier just being isolated for that split second from his connections. And then all of a sudden it's another turnover ball. I think he got a little bit winded in that, and maybe a little bit of a limp off here. We see what happens with...
That almost took out a camera deck. And there is a standing offer to all players of $50 if they hit one of them. Coming out of your pocket, I believe, Grippy. As Combined States go to the line out. And that's excellent work by Crone. Gets the ball out to number 22, Jack Walsh from St. Augustine's College in the Northern Beaches of Sydney. Oh, and a good cut out and attempted. Is that going to be a knock on or a penalty? Knock on. It's deemed the call. One of those touch and go ones, isn't it? That
was a knock on into touch directly. Okay, scrum.
So not too long left to go in this game as we pass the 52nd minute mark. It's Combined Schools 33, Victoria 7, and you're listening to myself, Patrick Folkes, and Michael McGripplis, Australian Barbarians coach. And Grippy, you have a role with coaching management of our coaches nationally at the Australian Rugby Union.
Yeah, Pat, we've got a good scrum here. Nice platform for Combined States. Let's see whether they're going to launch off this.
And here comes Crone with the ball at the line, and that's a fantastic run. This is Baker going. He's backing himself for the corner. And that's, correct myself, that was Sterling Doyle with that run. Baker now comes in to secure, and that's Crone. Gets the ball in the middle of the field. Oh, and Barden steals it.
19.
Is Barden going again?
Under pressure.
No, that wasn't Barden.
Yeah, basically we had a tackle that turned into a ruck, Pat, and therefore had a offside line.
What are we doing? Scrum.
Offside call. Right. So remember, you can join us on social media. Just hit up Rugby.com.au on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and use the hashtag AUSXV Oz15, the Australian Schools Championship.
Crouch.
Beautiful attacking position here. Centrefield scrum just in the 22. Two sides to attack at. I think really scary time for the Victorian defensive line.
Here we go. Ball is short for Combined States. They go on that left side. Here's Doyle. And he scores. Sterling Doyle scores for Combined States. Just adding extra pain to Victoria now. Grippy.
Yeah, anybody looking at this replay that is about to come up, we have a look that they go left. So we've got a 3-on-2. They take the ball forward, draw the man, and it's just a simple catch and pass. So for all those young players watching this feed, that's what you have to do if you want to execute correctly. So that takes the score to 38-7 with a kick to come.
And a crowd just behind the kicker there. Is that Crone kicking again, Grippy? He's taking his headgear off if he has. So. Oh, no, it's not Crone. Might be.
They're sharing it around, Pat. All having a
I
go.
think it's Jeremy Kempston. My eyes are just not that good to see the far side of the field.
But the crowd's slowly building today. And that's into a breeze.
Oh, just wide of the posts. So 38-7 is the score.
About 5 minutes to go in the game. The conversion attempt for 6 tries unsuccessful. The score remains.
So only 4 minutes left to go, and that was Jeremy Kempston, so I got that right. Not that I like bragging. And that's Edwards. It kicks off for Victoria. And I feel for the young fly half today. He's worked tirelessly. Oh, another great run. Edwards has got his work cut out for him now, just as I talk about him. He's defend on there by Combined State Centre. That was Riley. And they go on the short side. It's a one-on-one opportunity. Here comes the last try, you'd think. Just short, the Victorian defence scrambles. And they've stolen this, but this will be a penalty. Not gone.
Yeah, good little scramble D there from Victoria at the end. The Tristan Riley from St Joseph's College, Hunters Hill. Great break down the field and well supported there by the big lock. But it's good to see that the Victorian boys are not letting this go without a fight, Pat.
Bind.
But
Set.
So here comes the scrum. And that's Victoria with the... Victoria. And that's a clearing kick, but it's not a lot of metres.
yeah, but remembering, Pat, that the Combined States line, it hasn't functioned as well as it should. And this might be an attacking platform for Victoria once again. Let's see how we go on this throw.
That's strong work there by Combined States. And that's the ball's sort of getting a bit sloppy. Combined States still with the ball. Oh, and he's show and go. Good work here by Combined States. They're really having a crack, and that was a huge hit on Will McCormack. Crone finds a little hole. He's got a man on the outside, and he gives it. Fantastic run. Harrison Cannon shoots his way over. And, he's awarded a try, isn't he, Grippy? I looked down for a second. Oh, awarded a try and a yellow card. So we'll have a look at this replay. Might provide some clarity. As ball comes out for Combined States, and an excellent run by Crone with his man. And just manages to cannon over the line. Cannon.
Moves the score out to 43 with the kick to come.
So 43-7, kick to come. And this Combined States side looking the goods.
Yeah, so the player sent to the sin bin for no arms in the tackle on that pass. And that was Haloti Fanau Jr. from Victoria University Secondary College. Unfortunately for him, he's going to spend the next 30 seconds in the naughty chair. And we have Isaac Crone from Brisbane State High School having a shot at goal. Successful.
Successful, well done. So that's 45-7, and we've really seen a comprehensive performance by Combined State. They've deserved their victory here today as we come down for the last play of the game. Can Victoria finish with a flourish. Edwards kicks high. And the Combined States will look to just probably clear this out and say that's all she wrote. No, they're going to have a crack. One last go. Edwards is racing there. Oh, and the ball's gone into touch. Just a knock on. We're going to have one more
referee
play.
Brody Ingram saying let's go again. Fun fact here on Brody Ingram, Patrick, he likes to collect model cars, and I heard that he's up to 533 model cars in his collection.
Stitch up. That's the scrum for the Combined States. For Victoria is good. Manu to Edwards, throws the ball on the inside. Edwards goes in and clears out. Barden just barges at the line. Place well. Manu. Victoria not going to die wandering. Barden again. Shows and goes. Bamboozled the defence. Manu finds Edwards. Edwards with the flat pass and rushed up and that ball went forwards but managed to be regathered in the air. So Edwards was just going to have a crack at the line and put his team in a reset position with that ball slow but not rolling away. Quick go, offside. Or just off the mark.
Very good.
Sure that if we get to the any little stoppage now, Patrick, this game will be called.
This is great
nice
run. Oh, fantastic through the line. Here we go, Victoria. Kenneth Leota for the corner. He just stays inside the field of play. Long place. Victoria scramble. Amo Barden gets out of one tackle, brought to ground. Stays on the left. Ball for the corner. Bundled into touch. Unfortunately, Alex Samula from Epping Secondary College couldn't crack the line. And that is full time. 45 points to 7. Combined States winning this match here today. We'll have a look at the match stats just appearing on our screens now. So that's 7 tries to 1 with Combined States. Grippy, and it was a comprehensive performance. 5 conversions as well, and that in the early part of this match when they jumped out to a 21-0 lead really helped with the efforts of Mike Pavlakis.
That's right, Pat. When we talk about teams playing a game of football, we talk about execution, and they were very accurate on what they did, especially when they got in the red zone of the Victorian teams. But I think we're going to go down to Marty on the sideline with a very fancy jumper, Pat.
Yep, Marty Cambridge from Rugby.com.au is with Willie Manu from St. Augustine's College, and now live with Marty Cambridge.
Here with the captain of the Combined States school today, Willie Manu. Willie, you must be very happy with that result for your side.
Yeah, it was really good. The boys weren't happy about yesterday, and yeah, they were just killer today.
Like you said yesterday, a tough result against New South Wales, a really good side. You must have been really happy the way they bounced back and got a good win over Victoria here.
Yeah, the boys weren't happy, and they just want to come out and just have fun, play ball, and have fun, good rugby and stuff like that. Yeah.
How's it been playing with the Combined State schools as opposed to being in the New South Wales or the Queensland side? It's a bit of a mix of the boys. How have you found that cohesiveness?
Yeah, no, it's good. With the Queensland boys coming in, and it's good to know those Queensland boys and how it's different from Queensland and New South Wales, and yeah, it's good.
And you got one more game, obviously, on Saturday, the finals day. You guys will either finish second or third in your pool. One more game to go. You're sort of really looking forward to finishing off on a good note.
Yeah, we're all keen to get to play on Saturday, not early, but yeah, we're just get there and play fun footy.
Okay, Willie, thank you very much for joining us, mate, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thanks, mate.
Joining us as well is Jack O'Shaughnessy from the Victorian State side. Thanks for joining us, Jack. Mate, tough game out there against Combined States. They really came out strong and held on for the whole game.
Yeah, it was really hard out there today. You know, a few big hits from the big boys of Combined States, but didn't get the win in the end.
Been a tough week for your boys. What are some of the learnings you can take away from the 3 games so far?
Just kind of playing to structure, playing as a team. Just kind of playing for each other and playing to the shape that we've been taught. Really.
What's been the messaging from the coaching staff after the game? Is it a positive, upbeat sort of attitude about getting on with the next one and taking those positives that you can?
Yeah, it was yesterday. We took a bit of time away from rugby. When I did our rehab, and then coaches kind of went away, reviewed the game, and then we came back and just kind of looked forward to today. And kind of put the past behind us and tried to move on.
And you've got one more game as well on Saturday. Everyone plays on Saturday. You must be looking forward to hopefully getting a good result.
Yeah, hopefully we get a win finally on Saturday, and maybe change the mood a bit for the week.
Thanks for joining us, Jack, and best of luck, mate.
Thank you.
Keep with us here on Rugby.com.au. Coming up next, we do have WA taking on the undefeated ACT. Just up for you right after the break.
Marty Cambridge down there on the sideline for Rugby.com.au, always working hard. So we're seeing some fantastic drone shots. So 7 tries to 1, 45-0. And who was your man of the match, Grippy, here today?
Oh, look, standout would have been for Combined States, Harry Kerner. I liked the number 7. He was everywhere. He was doing some wonderful support lines. And because of that, scored 2 lovely meat pies. But for Victoria, Oliver Barton, standout there from Brighton Grammar School. I thought he had a wonderful game, even with 10 minutes in the naughty boys chair.
Well, we are about to take a break, but please don't go away here live on Rugby.com.au. We've got Western Australia and the ACT coming up next. Western Australia playing for a little bit of pride at the moment in terms of where they sit in the pool, but the ACT have a real opportunity to potentially put themselves in the big dance if results go their way, if they can win and win well against Western Australia. So stay with us here on Rugby.com.au. Don't go away. We'll be back very soon.